it's Nicole from Carbs and Cabernet. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you're at and whatever you are doing. Today I thought that I would do something coinciding with my blog at carbsandcabernet.com. If you've been following my Facebook, I've been working on this for a while, and then today just seemed like the best day to film it because we literally just did it. Okay. Today's drink of the day is coffee because I went to the grocery store with the kids. If you're wondering where my tumbler is from, my great friend Erika made it from Carolina Creations. I'll link her website below and you can go and make custom orders. I think it's always good to, you know, support local businesses, and you can get, you know, anything that you want made. So this is chock full of coffee because it is early and I need it. So first of all, you know, when it comes to shopping with your kids or grocery shopping, anything, you know, I just try to keep in mind, okay, this is not, you know, a chore. Okay, maybe it is a chore. Maybe it is a chore. That's lying. You know, whenever it comes to grocery shopping with little ones, or even shopping in general, you know, my first tip is just practice a little bit of self-compassion. Because, you know, you've already gotten this far, you just got to get out the car, you know. And if your child has a meltdown in the store, I'm pretty sure those other moms or dads are not staring at you. And if they are, they might be like me and thinking of the last time their child did the same exact thing. I can tell you, I can't even count on both hands how many times I've had to, you know, football carry my toddler out of different events. It just doesn't matter. Toddlers are not your friends. But you know, we all have it happen. You know, even if you follow these 5 tips to a T, there's a chance that things can, you know, things can go wrong. So is life. Life is messy. Kids are messy. Life is not perfect. No, there's no perfect moms. You know, have a little bit of self-compassion for yourself. You know, guilt and shame, just, they don't live here. You know, when you're a parent, all that shame, mom guilt, dad guilt, throw it out the window. It's hard to, but throw it out the window because it doesn't exist for you. Have a little bit of self-compassion. Know that, you know, it's okay to not get things perfect, and it's okay if all hell breaks loose at the grocery store. You will live to fight another day. I promise you. My second tip for you is I like to baby wear. I have 2 children. I have a 2-year-old and a 5-month-old. And it's easy for me when I'm going, most of the times I'm grocery shopping by myself. So I can grocery shop and I can put, you know, the 2-year-old in the shopping cart, and I can attach my 5-month-old to me, and it's just so much easier. And also safety wise, I have both kids close to me. You know, I'm not having to run after, you know, a different one if they're trying to go into the street, or if, you know, people are around. I can have everyone close by to me. Also, one benefit of baby wearing for my child is my infant will fall asleep in the carrier. She loves it. She'll go to sleep in it. It's so much easier. Just strap them all to the cart somehow, you know, and you know, get through it. Even when not going to the grocery store, even when I'm going to regular stores or even to different events, you know, my son has classes that he goes to, and I'll, you know, put my infant in the carrier, and I will be able to run after my toddler hands-free. Benefit of baby wearing when it comes to shopping, grocery, whether it's, you know, getting clothes or whatever with the little ones, is you can be hands-free. You know, my carrier has an option where I can put my wallet, keys, phone into it. I'll link it down below. And it works perfectly fine with what I'm trying to do because I don't have to carry my purse. You know, I don't have to carry anything else. I can just carry what I need to do, get in the grocery store, and get out. So much better. So my third tip for making grocery shopping with the littles easier and surviving it is to work around the naps. You know, when children are, you know, well rested, they're slightly more agreeable than if they're already cranky and they want to go to bed and you have them at the store. If I were you, I just wouldn't do it, you know. Tip number 3, definitely work around the naps. If you, by this point in, journey with being a parent, you can pretty much gauge when your child sleeps. Now, everyone has their days and children might do different types of naps, but for me, those first 2 weeks, you have no idea when they're sleeping. You have no idea when you're sleeping. But after that, maybe about, month 3, you can kind of gauge when they're sleeping. My 5-month-old, she sleeps at certain times. I can pretty much gauge it. My 2-year-old, sometimes he won't even nap, but he'll get a little more cranky at certain times of the day. Alter your schedule around those naps if you want, just my tips. And I'm pretty sure that you'll have a better experience shopping, because I know sometimes I've had to go to the store and, we didn't have naps and it is a dumpster fire. And I'm like, okay, please just let me get out of this store. So just work around the naps. And also with naps and making sure that they're well rested brings me to tip number 4, snacks. Keep the snacks on deck. I know for my 5-month-old, we're still nursing. So, I'll usually feed her before I go into the store. But, in the US where I'm at, you can feed your child wherever you want to. You can feed them at the pool, you can feed them in front, you can feed wherever. For my comfort level, I prefer to feed in private. I'm lucky the grocery store I go to is extremely large, so we have dressing rooms and I can feed her in there if something were to happen. But usually I'm pretty good about feeding her before we go to the grocery store. For my toddler, I'll carry, different types of snacks, bananas, blueberries, apple pouches, little, crackers, anything to keep him well fed and happy while we're going to the store. Because when they're well fed and well rested and well loved, they're so much more agreeable and we can get what we need to get done, and we're not having to stop every couple minutes to say, okay, I gotta feed you here. Okay, let me go nurse here. Okay, where do we get snacks? You don't have to do that. If you feed them before, make sure they're well rested, you'll be okay. So it brings me to my final tip that I use to survive shopping, and especially grocery shopping, with my little ones. Making a list. So one thing I notice is when I have a list and I go to the store, whether it be the grocery store or if I'm going to Target, things just work a lot smoother. Like, for example, if I'm going to the grocery store and I make a list of exactly what I need, what I'm low on, I, see ahead of time, okay, the price for this is, $5 versus this store. I can make things, run a little more smoother. I can get in and out of the store easy. Also, a lot of grocery stores have apps that you can use to see the weekly specials, the different coupons, everything that you could possibly need. Even sometimes the one that I use has the actual aisle where things are located, so you can just see whatever you need and get in and get out, so you're not wasting a lot of time and you're not stressing yourself out with wandering all over the store. Also, one thing that's a benefit of making a list too when you're going with grocery shopping with children is you don't have to drag everyone back out if you forget something. That's nothing's worse than you get everyone out, no matter, one kid or how many kids you have. Get everyone out, go to the grocery store, get home, you're making dinner, and you realize that you forgot something. So now you have to either, go back out, or you have to do something different. And it's just, you don't need the hassle. So just, plan ahead of time and get it done. Now, you might not be like me, and you will be able to just, kind of go into the grocery store all willy-nilly and get it done. But, if you're a little bit more like me and you like to have things planned out, it runs smoother, do it. These tips are not, set in stone. They're not, the law. Take what works for you and leave what doesn't work for you. It's not, the end all to all, lists. This just works for me. And if you have any extra tips and tricks that you've used for surviving shopping with your little ones, drop them down below. Like, comment, and subscribe to the video. And also check out my blog post on this. I went a little more in depth with it. So until next time, guys, may your wine be stronger than your kids. Bye.